place. We're hoping for a top 5 finish, but, I mean, we were only about 5 points out from 4th place. Again, I mean, we had a really good tournament, and it was a tough tournament. It's one of the biggest tournaments that goes on within a 3-4 state area. Probably the next closest tournament that's even close to its size takes place in Virginia Beach. So we've had a great year, had a lot of tournament placings, and the wrestling team has really done a good job this year.
You know, and speaking of that tournament, finishing 6 out of 32 teams, that's quite a boost in the morale of the team entering the playoffs. What impressed you most during that performance?
Probably our effort in being able to fight back through the consolation rounds. You know, when you get knocked out, like Lance Giesler's a really good example. He lost his first match. He just happened to get a bad draw, and that happens in tournaments like that, especially when we invite bigger schools like Albemarle, Cleveland, Tennessee. You know, their guys may not have good records, but they turn out to be pretty exceptional wrestlers because they're bigger school, much bigger schools, and they face great competition. And so, you know, you might get a bad draw, and he lost in the first round, and it's pretty brutal to come back and fight back through consolation. He had to basically wrestle 8 matches in 2 days just to fight back to place in the tournament. And so, you know, just our effort in battling through consolations, telling the guys that every match, every point matters. Every time you get a chance to pick a guy, it matters. And the way that they fought back in consolations and scored as many possible points as they could, I was really happy with the effort. And especially when you're wrestling at home and they're distracted with setting up the tournament. There's so much I rely on them upon to set up the tournament, get everything ready. They're not solely focused on just wrestling. So it was great to see them, really come back like they did.
So talking about the Ed Kressel Classic, we know he's here tonight, Matthew Dean.
Yes.
Somewhere in here. We hate to brag on him with him here, but yeah, he's back. I see Matt. He made it to the finals.
Yes.
Can you tell us, even before then, about the growth process for him as a wrestler,
yeah,
and then also what that meant for him to finish that high in the tournament?
Matthew's always had potential, and I've probably been as hard on him as I have anyone, with his growth and maturity as a wrestler, being more offensive, and he's really come a long way. The past 2 years, Matthew should have been a state qualifier. 2 years ago, he actually had 2 wins in the same season over a state finalist. So he's always been that guy that's been just really close. He's just had some bad luck, some bad draws, and this season he's really stepped it up. He answers the call, and like I said, I'm about as hard on him as I am anybody. And the way that he answers to it, it's really, you feel good as a coach because you see his growth, you see his maturity, and he's really done a really good job this year. He's been in basically the top 3 of every tournament we went to.
Oh, that's really impressive then.
Absolutely. But here we are in the postseason time. What's different about your teaching points and mentalities? What do you approach differently?
Well, we really put the focus on the past couple of weeks, just sharpening our tools. We had to get better at what it is that we do best. And after the Ed Kressel Classic was over with, we took some of the focus off of running such a big tournament to moving it over to getting back into our wrestling skills. With the team, I felt like I took a little bit of focus away from the team and was a little too worried about the tournament. And then this week, we have really solely focused in on just working hard.
Yeah, and what kind of growth have you seen from that?
This week in practice, I feel like we've made huge leaps. I mean, we've really upped our conditioning because we're getting to that time of the season where conditioning is everything. This time of the year, next Saturday we start the postseason.
I don't know where that's coming from.
Next Saturday we start the postseason out. Can you hear me okay? Next Saturday we start out the postseason, and so this time of the year you're not getting into teaching anything new. You're just sharpening those tools that you've already got.
Might be because the speaker's too close. We'll send Mark out to move the speaker. I don't know why it's doing that.
You're just you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep
Okay.
on.
Yeah, you just sharpen those tools that you've already got. You don't want to get into teaching anything new. You just want to take what you are good at, what you hang your hat on, get better at it, and really pick up the intensity and get the most that you can out of the guys this time of the year.
So what wrestlers have impressed you the most? I know we talked about Matthew Dean, but what other wrestlers and which ones have made the most progress from early in the season until now?
Yeah, that's really funny. We were actually just talking about that. Lance and Alex Atkins and I were speaking about that. As a whole, I feel like, our freshman class has really stepped up. We've got a great group of freshmen. I mean, we've got 5 really strong freshmen that one day are going to make great wrestlers. I mean, they really are. And, but, you look at everyone from Andrew Robinette to Lance Giesler, Alex Atkins, Kean Simpson, Matthew Dean, Ryan Sutherland. I mean, everybody always asks me, who's your best wrestler? And I can't really answer that because I feel like we have, 5 or 6 strong kids who could make some noise at the state tournament. Looking at who's going to qualify for state and who could place in the state, I really feel like we've got 5 or 6 kids who could make a run at it.
And that's definitely a good question for people to ask you, and you have a hard time answering it, is if you don't know who the best wrestler is.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, last year it was an easier question to answer because Roger Miller was definitely the best wrestler on the team. But this year, I've had so many guys step up to the plate that it's definitely a hard question to answer.
So you have this wrestling. What's your eye going on? What's your eye on going into the Southwest District on Saturday at Lebanon?
We've talked about it as a team, and we're not settling for anything less than winning. I mean, we want to win the whole thing. Lebanon's got a great team. They just competed at a tournament at Strasburg with some really good teams, and we know Lebanon's tough. They're the team to beat. We got a win over them earlier in the season. They got a win over us recently. Graham has a great wrestling team too, but nothing less than first place. I mean, we're going for first place, and it's as simple as that. We're not going to settle for being second or third. We're not going to be happy with it. We're working in practice this week and next week for not only winning the Southwest District, but we're going after state as well.
And so how does the placements work to determine who goes on? Is it first and second, or do you have to win the whole thing?
The way this next weekend will work on February 3rd is it's a duel, so it's just we're finding out who the team champion is. And then from there, we'll use those results to help us seed the regional tournament. And we'll seed each weight class from the number 1 wrestler to the number 12 wrestler. And we'll seed every single wrestler, every single weight class. And then from regions, that's when it really kicks in. Because at the region tournament, only the top 3 out of the 12 teams in a region will go on to state. And so that's when it's crunch time.
And it sounds like you have your top 3 picked out of U Lebanon and Graham.
Yes. Yeah. With those are definitely the 3 best teams. As far as region goes, it's no longer a team thing. It's individual. We still keep team score, obviously. And again, we've talked about it all season. We want to win the team championship, and we want to qualify as many wrestlers individually for the state tournament as well. So hopefully we're ready for the fight.
All right. So, Coach, we're to your favorite part of the show, the Ask Cats question. Your wrestlers, do we have anything from them? I'm not sure we have anything right yet. See if they'll tweet in something.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, that might be better. But we'll go back to our Christmas. We didn't get to talk much. We're really hung up on what Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The importance of A Christmas Story. I wanted to know how many times you were forced to watch it.
I actually watched A Christmas Story 0 times because we talked about it last time. The best Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I agree.
And I watched it 2, 3, 4 times, something like that.
It's the best Christmas movie out there.
I'm muted. Oh, I'm not muted now, so I can't talk about it.
I wasn't going to.
I just thought I was muted, so I couldn't defend myself. That's where I was going.
Let's do a fan vote in here. Who likes A Christmas Story better than Christmas Vacation? Raise your hand.
Absolutely. Raise your hand. Everybody needs to raise
All right,
your hand.
how many other people like National Lampoon Christmas Vacation better?
We win.
Yeah, that's
It's rigged. You rigged the system. That's biased voting.
It's just like everybody Mark pulls for, just like Tennessee. Nobody can pull for him.
There's a leading
I got
question.
that in there, too.
I won't comment on that.
You're not going to get into that battle?
Tennessee fans seem to be a little sensitive.
We have fun. We have a lot of fun.
So the next match is the playoffs, right?
Actually, we had a late addition to the schedule. Next Wednesday, on the 31st, we will be going to Abingdon again. Going to get one more match in to tune us up and get us ready for postseason. And again, we took a loss to Abingdon while we were there this last time, but I think we've made some corrections and wouldn't mind getting our first win against Abingdon, which I honestly couldn't tell you the last time Virginia High has beat Abingdon in wrestling because they're a pretty solid team, but we're looking forward to doing it next Wednesday.
All right, Coach, thank you for joining us. And,
thank you for
good luck for the next week or so, and then good luck in the playoffs. Oh, we got a question. Uh-oh.
If it came from Jake Johnston, that kind of worries me.
What do we got, Mark?
Jake Johnston asks, who is the goofiest wrestler?
The goofiest? That's easy. Matthew Dean. That's not even a close race.
Do you see a future for Jake Johnston at middle linebacker next year?
At middle linebacker? He's got to come out for football for that to happen.
You might as well come out. Well, thank you, Coach Schuler, for coming out tonight. Everybody give Coach Schuler a round of applause, and good luck to the wrestling team as they enter the playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, Lance Geisler will join us after this.
They're the in crowd, we're the other ones. It's a different kind of cloth that we cut from. We let our color show where the numbers ain't. We're the paint where there ain't supposed to be paint. That's who we are. That's how we roll. The outsiders. Outside.
Welcome back to Bearcat Sports Chat. We're happy now to be joined by Lance Geisler. There's the pronunciation right. Let's see. We got you on there now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we're good to go. All right, Lance, can you give us a recap of your individual season with wrestling? I know Coach Schuler kind of gave the team overview, but tell us about your season and how you feel your performance has progressed in 2017 and 2018.
Well, I thought I had a pretty good year. I mean, it hasn't been too much difference from last year, but kind of as going into 2018, it's kind of getting down to that final stretch, and it's always hard to kind of keep your foot down and keep improving, but you just kind of keep going through that last stretch.
That's definitely the hardest part, finishing strong, and you feel like you've met your own personal expectations for the season?
Well, we'll see come state. So I guess none of this really matters until that postseason. So.
Just prepping, really, until the big event.
Yeah, just a lot of practice.
So, what led you to becoming a wrestler?
Well, honestly, I didn't wrestle freshman year. Just I didn't really know about it too much. And then Matthew and Alex, two of my best friends, had done it freshman year and kind of convinced me to come out the sophomore year. And then once you're in, you're kind of stuck.